Ladies and gentlemen, it's safe to say that when we hear about a new Tom Ford release, everybody gets curious because Tom Ford over the past 10-15 years has really made a mark in the designer world of fragrances. I think it climbed up the charts of the fragrance world in giving us statement-making fragrances, especially when it comes to the private blend, and it has gone toe-to-toe with some of the most predominant brands of the world, such as Chanel, Yves Saint Laurent, Dior, just to name a few. So needless to say, today you guys are all curious about this one because it's gotten a little bit of limelight, but not so much. Kind of like flew under the radar as the note of vetiver is a very understated, refined kind of a note. This one here today, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Parfum, the third iteration or flanker of the Tom Ford Grey Vetiver line. Stick around, I'm gonna tell you guys all about this one right now. Welcome back to another video, Max Forti here. When you do love to make a great first impression, smelling good is a great way to do that. Today we're gonna dive into the new Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Parfum 2023 release, but before we do that, let's digress a little bit and talk about a little bit of background and context of this Grey Vetiver brand or line of fragrances within the Tom Ford line. So part of the signature collection, Tom Ford Grey Vetiver gave us the original fragrance from this line back in 2009 with the 𝗲𝗏 Parfum, which I do have it right here. I believe this is my third bottle now, almost time for a new one. This is a 50 ml. And then in 2014, Tom Ford gave us the lighter, brighter, more sparkly iteration of this fragrance called Tom Ford Grey Vetiver 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏. Now, like I said, a brighter, more sparkly, fizzy even version of this fragrance. And then fast forward to 9.5, almost 10 years, 2023 gave us Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Parfum, which we're gonna talk about today, but I'm also gonna compare it to the other two just to give you guys a little bit of my thoughts and which one is my favorite. So let's hop into it. The new Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Parfum comes in the customary box, which has the ridges. It's more of a gray, almost platinum, not so much silver, but a darker, almost like a matte finish color to the box. It's Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Parfum. Comes in two sizes. You can get the 50 ml that will run you $180 USD, or you can go with 100 ml like I did, which will cost you $235 USD. Again, it was exclusive to the duty-free European shops, but now you can actually find this at the Tom Ford website, the official website. And like I said, we'll start to populate into different points of sales that do carry Tom Ford official products very soon. So again, the box very similar to the other boxes of this line. The bottle, obviously the same thing. You got the ridges. This is a dark, emblem here. The metal plate says Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. Does not say Parfum here for some reason. This is the 100 ml, like I said. The bottle is the same to all the other bottles. The cap, it has the little neck piece here, which in this case is going to be dark silver, just like the plate. The sprayers on these are actually pretty good. Not great, but pretty good. And again, this has been the presentation similar to all the other iterations. It changes a little bit on the bottle. Of course, I'm gonna pop on the screen here the 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏 and the 𝗿𝗏 Parfum, and you'll see the subtle differences, as you can see here with the 𝗿𝗏 Parfum from 2009, and in 2014 we have the 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏. And by the way, before I dive into the scent here, what I get from the new one, I want to tell you that the 2014 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏, the second iteration of this fragrance, it is very hard to find and I believe to be discontinued. So if anybody watching this out there has an extra bottle of the 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏 Grey Vetiver that you don't want, please reach out to me. I'd love to take it off your hands. So in the back of my hands, I do have the left hand, I have the Parfum, and on the right hand, I have the original 𝗿𝗏 Parfum. So the opening here from this particular fragrance, the new Parfum, is definitely going to be heavier, denser, deeper when compared to the 𝗿𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is a lot brighter, a lot, citrus, much more citrus in the opening, and as well as the 𝗿𝗏 Parfum, which I have on this hand. On the right hand, the 𝗿𝗏 Parfum, again, the bright citrus notes are going to be up front and center. We're talking lemon, we're talking bergamot, we're talking grapefruit. Whereas on this one here, the Parfum version, it's going to be a lot more subdued. I'm not saying that there's no citrus notes here, but if there are citrus notes, you can definitely pick up a little bit of citrusy in the scent, but it's definitely way in the back. What comes through, mostly in this one here, up front and center, is going to be the saffron that was added here, which adds, like I said, more deepness more dense effect to the fragrance, giving it this leathery undertone, which I like it. I think it definitely gave the scent a little different touch, still keeping the original DNA, the profile of the Grey Vetiver, but I think in a different nuance, a different scent profile, if you will. It does change the fragrance. I would not be surprised if we see a Grey Vetiver 𝗥𝗍𝗄 down the line, which then is going to be a lot darker and deeper. But this one here definitely took it to another, level of the fragrance, if you will. It's not as sparkly, not as bright as the 𝗕𝗏𝗡 or the EDT. When you look at the press release in regards to the Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Parfum, the new release, Tom Ford emphasizes the word refinement and also the cooling silver effect to the fragrance. I do get that. I think three words that would capture the essence of the scent right off the bat is going to be refined, definitely earthy, definitely modern. So all of those boxes are going to be checked by this fragrance. So if this sounds interesting to you, I think you're definitely going to enjoy this one, but I digress. When you do compare it to the other ones, I would have to say that this one here is going to be the more linear scent, in the sense that it's not going to have too much development from beginning to end. What you get, it's going to be pretty much what you're going to get throughout the life of this fragrance. We'll get to that in just a minute. As far as the Eau de Toilette and the Eau de Parfum, they are going to start much brighter, like I said, with the citrus components. Then you're going to have this herbal nuance in the middle that's very green. And the base of both Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum will definitely give you this woody, musky kind of a dry down. Whereas when you look at the Parfum edition, it's going to be spicier, definitely leathery. You're gonna have that saffron note here that's gonna really ride the composition from beginning to end, which I do like, but it also adds this animalic slash bitter vibe to the fragrance, which I think could be a make it or break it situation here for a lot of people. If you don't appreciate, leathery, bitter, animalic fragrances, you might not like this one. If you want something that's a lot easier to pick up and grab and smell and you just feel great, the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum here will do great for you. But if you want something a little bit more not so much daring, but a little more bodied, a little bit more grown up or more mature, if you will, then definitely pick up the Parfum. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with the subtle changes that you'll find in this one. So who do I envision wearing Grey Vetiver Parfum, as far as seasons, occasions, day, night, whatever, situations? Just like the original Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum or the Eau de Toilette, I think Parfum has one word here that would really summarize this fragrance, which is versatility. I do find the two previous iterations of this fragrance a lot more versatile, meaning you could definitely wear, all year long, signature scent, dress up, dress down. I think this one here will have more of an evening component, although it could definitely do it for those, all around type of a signature scent as well. But I do think because of that leather undertone here, the saffron is going to be something more of a dressier situation. It could be during the day, but I would favor this for more during the evening time. But again, you could do both seasons all year long. I think this is great for any time, anywhere, any season, any situation. I do think it's perfectly for spring and fall though. If I had to pinpoint two seasons, I would go with those two. I don't think it's strong enough for winter, especially here where I'm at, New England, New York area. And I think for summertime, it's going to be something, because of that bitter leather undertone, it's not going to do too well when you start to sweat. But I think spring and fall will be perfect for this fragrance to shine the most on your skin. I think the three words to summarize this fragrance best is going to be clean, elegant, and contemporary. And I also envision this mostly for a grown-up / more mature audience. I want to say 25, 30 and up to appreciate this fragrance. If you have a seasoned nose, if you love vetiver fragrances, you're going to love this fragrance. However, if you're somebody who's a younger person watching this video and you do gravitate towards the more sweet elements out there, your tonkas, your vanillas, your ambroxans, which is, what the norm youngster or teenager, young adult normally likes to wear, you're probably not going to like this too much. You're going to think it smells more like a dad or a grown-up person, which is fine. But if you do want to make a statement that you are well put together and you are somebody of great taste, I think definitely look this one up. Performance in Parfum was actually pretty good. It's not going to be a screamer. It's not going to be something that's going to push off your skin too much. Because it is a Parfum, it's going to sit a little closer to your skin. However, a little trick here, a little hack, if you do spray your clothes like I do, and heavily at that, it's going to give you a tremendous sillage, scent bubble, or scent trail. We're talking 6 to 7 hours longevity on skin. If you do your clothes, you're going to get 8+ with that beautiful sillage that I talked about. It's going to project nice for the first hour, hour and a half, but again, it's not a screamer as the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum. Because it is a parfum concentration, it's going to tend to stay a little closer to your immediate surroundings. My final thoughts on Tom Ford Grey Vetiver Parfum. This is a great release. I'm really liking this one. It's really growing on me. The more I wear it, the more I like it. Compared to the Eau de Toilette, which is really hard to find right now, so just scratch that all together, because if you do find it, you're going to pay an arm and a leg. The Eau de Parfum 2009 release is actually pretty good. If I want something a little cleaner, a little brighter, something that I don't have to think too much, definitely makes up for top office scents, casual scents. It is one of the greats, especially, you know, for what you get here, for what you're paying. But the Parfum has that leathery effect, which I think made this a little more contemporary / sophisticated. I do like this one the best right now. It's really grown on me. Like I said, if you do enjoy this scent profile, that's not much here that you're not gonna like. So this is gonna be something that you should definitely check it out. If you don't wanna buy the bottle, which I'm telling you, it is expensive. The 50 ml is $180. The 100 ml, which I got, it's $235. Go with a sample. Get a decant. Perfume.com is a perfect way to do that when it comes to the latest, the greatest, new releases. Thousands to choose from, indie, designer, niche, you know it. Check out Perfume.com, use my code, all details below. Get a decant, it's available right now on their website. Wear on skin, make sure you love it, and then get a full bottle, because I think that's the best way to do it. Instead of, you know, buying something blindly, I always say sample before you buy. So Perfume.com is a perfect way to do that. And of course, our partners, our friends at FragranceBuy.ca, Little Bird told me this will be in stock very soon. So if you do get a sample, you love the bottle, you don't want to pay retail, go to FragranceBuy.ca and get it for a discounted price. As always, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. Let me know your thoughts on this Grey Vetiver line. Do you enjoy this line? Have you tried the new Grey Vetiver Parfum? And if you have, let me know your thoughts on it, how it compares with the other ones. I'd love to read your comments below. And as always, keep it right here when it comes to all things fragrances, keeping you guys in the know, hooking you up with codes and savings and all things fragrance. Guys, thanks so much for your support. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you right back here with another video very soon. Take care.